Hey guys, it's Angie's Blind Universe, and I am back with another video. This is actually episode 2 of the Ask the Community project. And today's question, or this week's question, was what's the best advice you've ever received? And why? So, yeah, hope you all enjoy. Alright, so we're gonna start with mine because, well, why not? So, okay. Now, this wasn't from a direct source necessarily, although my stepdad has always told me this multiple times, and I'm a little stubborn at nature, especially when you're a teen and whatnot. But one of the things that I would say is like, you are who you surround yourself with. Now, hear me out. At first, I thought that was like super judgy, like, oh my gosh, that's not right. Like, you shouldn't say that, that's not true. You can be friends with all sorts of people. And I mean, that is true. You can be friends with all sorts of people. However, it does depend who you surround yourself with. I mean, like, a prime example is, for me, like, I have all sorts of friends. My closest friends are people who are go-getters, overachievers like me, people who will challenge me to do more, people who don't stay stuck in one place. And that's no offense to other people and how they live their lives, of course, because we no judge here. But, other people, like, you can have friends that you game with, friends that you can like casually talk to, and then you got your main circle. And that's where it matters most, because your main circle are the main people that you're going to be around all the time. If they're full of negativity and drama and all that, that's going to rub off on you, and Lord knows we don't want that. So yeah, that's mine.
The best advice I've ever received is from my mother when she has talked to me about working for myself and being my own boss and being an entrepreneur. And, my brain just goes to the idea that, like, people have their own paths. Some people aren't willing to do that because it could be a lot of work. You have to start from somewhere and it's not overnight. But now I see why she says that, because in the job force, you're easily replaceable. Your employer can fire you, terminate you, lay you off without even letting you know, and they can easily replace you quicker than you came in and as quick as you left. So, I get why she says that as a lesson to learn. And another thing too is it's very difficult for people who are blind or of low vision to find a job, whether it's due to discrimination or lack of accommodations, whatever it may be. So if you can work for yourself, even if you got to start somewhere, start anywhere. And you just have to work your way up. And leading to this advice, I remember hearing from one of my teachers in high school when I was in his economics class. He talked about how when you do something, don't just do it for money, but also do it because you love it. If you do something just for the money and you don't actually like doing it, you could regret it in the long run because you're so focused on the money. But if you don't love something, you could end up dreading it and become miserable. So do something because you enjoy it and also for your money, because you have to know your worth. Never settle for something that doesn't pay you as much as you deserve, right? That's my advice to anyone, I guess. So yeah, those are pretty much some advice that I've received. And yeah.
Hey all, I am wanting to come in and tell you guys the best piece of advice I've ever received as a person. So the one piece of, I've actually had multiples, but I will try to summarize within the amount of time. So this is some of the piece of advice I've gotten. So this was one time when I was wanting to, where is it? I was wanting to apply for guide dog before. And one piece of advice that was given to me by a person who was a fellow guide dog user is to be very patient. I feel like this is very valuable because sometimes you may have days that, you feel like it is tough, but sometimes days are easy than others. Another piece of advice, this was actually given to me by my piano professor, who is amazing. Shout out to him. Another piece of advice was when I was kind of stuck one time. And this was when I was literally in my lesson. I kind of got stuck and I wasn't too sure of how long I should practice sometimes if I don't have enough time in a day. And something I've learned is even for 10 minutes a day practicing, you can get a lot done. And 10 minutes is just better than nothing. I felt like this advice was really valuable because it really tied to my practice session. Even though I don't really have enough time to practice a excerpt or a part of the piece, I realized just 10 minutes a day can still do the work. It's better than practicing. I would say it's better than practicing last minute, and it's better than doing nothing. I would say that's one thing. And another piece of advice that I've received was from one of my technology instructors. If you do an insert plus escape, it will refresh your screen reader and will make sure that your speech is all refreshed and make sure it starts to work again. I think this is all. So, alrighty. Well, hopefully this helps for the amount of things I would have to talk about.
So, I feel like the best piece of advice I was ever given was to slow down and live in the moment. There's nothing like living in the now, I feel like people have really lost focus of this idea because of technology and the popularity of social media. Everybody's just wanting to post their daily lives, post outfits or flashy things just to get those likes, and I don't feel like that's important at all. I feel like we should be spending time with the people we love and care about because we don't know how long we have with them, and that's much more important. To make memories, get those stories and videos, pictures, audios, however you feel best would preserve those things so that you can show your future family, your future children, your wife, your friends when those people are gone, I feel like that's way more fulfilling, to keep and cherish the memory of those people and how you lived with them. It's much more than just social media likes and comments. So yeah, just be intentional with the time you spend with people.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time to listen / watch this video. It was a lot of fun working on this. As per usual for my closing, please like and share, and you can comment if you'd like. And if you're interested in being a part of this project, just let me know. Again, shout out to Cami C for the converting for your background sounds in the video, and shout out to Fabulous Fuchsia for helping me convert that so that I could even upload it to my channel in the first place. And I think those two will be consistent shout outs. So if I don't mention it in any video, just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah,